Hello and good morning everyone. Thank you for joining Jade Global today for the webinar on Extend the Power of Endeca for Your Business. We have a very good crowd here today and this is wonderful. My name is Sangeeta Jash and I am the Marketing Manager at Jade Global and also your moderator today for this webinar. We have Ravi Portnoro here with us to discuss this topic in more detail. So I would like to tell you a little bit about our company. Jade Global is an Oracle Platinum partner and a systems integration and consulting service firm headquartered in San Jose, California, with offices in Newport Beach and Carlsbad, California, Atlanta, Georgia, and Pune and Noida in India. With more than 300 employees worldwide, Jade Global is a trusted partner of choice to its clients. Jade Global's team of experts successfully deliver business and technology solutions across diverse industries to drive its customers' long-term growth and success. For more information, please visit our website www.jadeglobal.com. Now I would like to introduce our speaker, Ravi Portnoro. Ravi heads the Business Intelligence Architecture Group at Jade Global. He is a certified OBIE and BI apps implementation specialist with experience in BI product development and many successful BI implementations. He worked with IT directors and BI specialists in building strategic BI roadmaps. Ravi has strong EBS background and a very keen interest in cloud-based business intelligence offerings. So I'll now hand it over to Ravi, who will review the agenda and continue with the presentation. Over to you, Ravi.
Thank you, Sangeeta. Thank you so much for the intro. Good morning, everyone. Again, my name is Ravi Portnoro. I'm the Senior Consulting Manager at Jade Global. So today's agenda is we're going to talk about Endeca Information Discovery, why Endeca Information Discovery tool. Going forward, we will call it as EID. Introduction to EID. If you have a BI, you might be thinking, what is the difference between a BI and discovery tool? Why need two different tool sets? So we will briefly talk about BI versus discovery platforms, whether they complement each other or whether they supplement or competitors to each other. Then we'll briefly go over EID architecture and EID self-service provisioning, how the agile method of development will have in developing rapidly developing EID content. And then so far we talked about EID as a technology tool. Then if you start building applications or if you uptake any of the out-of-the-box applications from Oracle EBS extensions for Endeca, going forward we'll call it as EEE. We'll briefly introduce what is EEE, what modules are available out of the box, what is the architecture of EEE, what is the integration points between EBS and Endeca, and what security model, how the security works in EEE. And if you want to extend, if you have out-of-the-box EEE content, if you want to extend, how you can extend or how you can build a new content, new custom applications using Endeca. Then followed by we'll take question and answers. So why are we talking about EID? Basically, the questions are, do we need to analyze? So far we are used to do structured analysis. The BI, all existing BI tools, majority of them are based on structured data. Now there is a lot of unstructured data coming in, a lot of knowledge embedded into those unstructured data, which we want to analyze. Again, if you look at organizations data, 80% of your data is unstructured, only 20% is structured, coming from relational databases. So now you want to get more insight into your structured, unstructured data at the same time. Again, today's world, managers are spending more than 2 hours per day searching for information here and there, combining information, what orders I have, what PO spending I have, combining those two, things like that. So a lot of information lying at different places, trying to combine, they spend a lot of time. Again, after all this effort, only 50% of information that is obtained has value to the manager, and 40% of the times managers take decisions based on incorrect or incomplete information. That is where the Endeca Information Discovery tool will help managers making quick and more efficient decisions. Okay. So introduction to EID. EID is an enterprise data search and discovery platform for rapid exploration and analysis. It integrates and enriches your structured, unstructured, and semi-structured data and gives you a unified tool to for reporting and discovery and reporting. basically discovery. Reporting we'll talk about later on the BI part. So you want to perform your self-service discovery. The major pain point today we notice is IT have some questions, business have some questions, but for them to do analysis, they are heavily dependent on IT. It takes a lot of cycle times. With these tools, self-service tools, you can quickly do your discovery, find out your answers to your unknown questions, and then pass it on to IT for more robust solution development. It will let you perform sentiment analysis, what the business communities or users are feeling about, what the feeling they have about your services, your products, or within the organization, what the sentiment is about any issues. So you can do that kind of analysis. You can quickly identify problem areas. Then you can also take quick actions based on what you have then and there. That is why we're talking about EID. So now the question is, I have a BI tool, OBIE, or whatever the BI tool I have. Now we're talking about discovery tool. Are they competitors to each other? Why do I need to have two different tools? These are these two are complementary to each other. One tool is used to run the business, the BI tool, and the discovery tool is used to change the business process. You have a BI tool, the BI tool will give you answers to your known questions. You can use this tool to run your business. You can see trends in your business, how transactions are happening, what trends you see in your business model. But if you don't have any clear questions, new questions, then you need a discovery tool. This Endeca tool will give you a fast answer to your new questions, and it is used to change the business. So you do the discovery, you find out questions, what questions you want to ask, then pass that question to BI tool, and the BI tool will give you answers to those known questions. Again, that will drive again when you look into the new questions and you might want to discover something else, then you go back to discovery tool and do the analysis. That way, these two are complementary to each other. Okay. So now coming to the EID architecture, we have three main components of EID. One is the integrator, EID integrator, which is a Clover ETL, then Endeca server, and the studio base. So this is ETL which will take your structured, unstructured data and ingest into your Endeca server. You can also do self-service provisioning, which will eliminate the dependency on your IT for your rapid analysis. We will talk about, we have a small demo on this, a 4-minute clip from one of our tech lead, offshore tech lead. And once you have this ETL tool provision data into Endeca server, then you can use EID Studio to create all your pages, or you can do sentiment analysis, you can tag cloud and then see what is the most important aspect that is governing your business. Okay. So this is about EID architecture. Now we talked about self-service provisioning. What is the advantage of Endeca EID tool is there are two sets of people. One is IT driven, the other one is line of business driven. The line of business will have some questions, but for them to do the analysis, they are heavily dependent on IT to provision the data first, then create graphs. By the time the question itself will change altogether, you have different set of questions in your mind. Then the information that you get from IT will become, may not be relevant at that time. So what this EID tool will give you is a self-service provisioning. You have your data, you can upload the data into Endeca, do your discovery. Once you have before starting, you don't know what questions you're going to ask. By the time now you know what questions you can ask. Ask them to IT. IT can develop more robust solution, either using a BI tool or a discovery tool. So with this, I will pass this control, or I'll play a small clip that our offshore tech lead created regarding how you can use EID, self-service EID, upload your Excel files, do your discovery before passing it on to IT. So with this, I will play a small clip.
Hello everybody, my name is Vijay Dudan and I'm working as a team lead how easy it is for users to create reports by themselves. First of all, let's see what data we are going to upload. I have data in Excel format. This is simple sales order data. Then I log in into Endeca information discovery. I'll select new application. Let's say self-service demo. And below you see that there are two options. I can upload data directly from file, or I can upload it from database. So let me select Excel and let me browse to the file. Okay, select sample data and I click open. So this will show me a preview before uploading data. Verify the data and then you have to click on next. This will show me the list of Excel sheet has and their data name. Just verify this and click on done. So now a new application is getting created and also a new data file is getting uploaded. So Endeca by itself creates a page with the same name as data set, and also it adds few reports. So right now we'll see that it has added chart report and a table report. So let us see how to create new reports. So we'll add a new page, sales order summary. Click on save. Okay, there are a lot of formatting options. So let me change the layout of the page. I'll make it 3 columns. Now I'll add few reports. So let me add a chart. So right now I have by default it creates a bar graph, bar chart. Okay, and also this functionality, user can use this drag and drop functionality. And let me convert it to bar chart, changing the chart type, and I'll select region and see total sales according to region. You can create different reports. Okay, this is the preview I gave. Click on save. Click on exit to go back to the page. So this is it. So similarly, I created other 2 reports. One is bar chart you see on the right hand side, and on the left hand side you see refinement I have added. So using refinement I can refine my data according to the selections. So let me select any one of the region here. So I select central and it will show data according to central region. So it is very simple, and there are not many options available. So we can change the page layout, we can add different types of reports, summary bar. So you saw how simple it was, and the users can explore all these functionalities by themselves without any training. Thank you for your time. Ravi, I'm passing the baton back to you. Thank you.
So that was a brief 4 minutes demo from our offshore tech lead. Thanks to Vijay for providing the demo. So basically what we're trying to demonstrate here is, as a business user, you don't need to depend on IT for doing your discovery. You have your Excel data in your Excel spreadsheet. You take a first cut. You see anomalies in your data. Then you want to do more robust analysis. Then pass it on to IT so that you can quickly, in the agile fashion, you can develop the content, and at the end of it, you are going to get the result that you are expected. So today's world, as I said, the business thinks of something, pass it on to IT. By the time you get the result, your question is you have altogether a new question. So those things you can avoid. So again, EID self-service provisioning, it's very easy to report, analyze your data using EID. You can bypass ETL In the first phase, you can load your Excel spreadsheets. Later on, to automate the process, you can pass it on to IT. But for your initial analysis, you don't need it on IT. It's very user-friendly interface, very easy to, very intuitive to create new reports, new sentiment analysis. You can put tag clouds and then what is the most relevant information for you. So that is briefly about EID. Then we will jump into applications using Endeca. These are all out-of-the-box applications delivered by Oracle. We call it as EBS extensions for Endeca. Call it as EEE. Going forward, I'm going to refer it as EEE. You will see a lot of content coming from Oracle using this technology. Initially, if you look at, if you're EBS customer, you know, we started with Discoverer, then we went to DVI, then OBIE, and this is the latest edition. Now we have OBIE, which is regular BI tool, enterprise-wise BI tool, and Endeca, which is a discovery tool, tightly integrated with Oracle. You have a lot of features and functionality. It gives you a seamless interface. You're doing transactions, you're doing reporting. At the same time, you don't realize what is happening where. It's seamlessly integrated. So briefly about the architecture, we have EBS database, EBS middle tier, application server running on the middle tier, and then end users. Now when you introduce Endeca, you can keep the Endeca on a different server, or you can put it on the same middle tier where the application server is running. So you can combine these two into one single server, or you can have two servers. But if you look at the architecture-wise, this is hidden from the end users. They will have the same unique experience of logging into EBS and getting relevant information from Endeca, and it'll get passed on through your middle tier. Okay. So without wasting much time, the integration point, how the authorization is done, how authentication is done, what the UI integration is. So as far as authentication is concerned, it is fully integrated with EBS. You're not going to sign into Endeca as a separate user ID password or separate URL. You log into EBS. From there, you start viewing Endeca pages. So there's no need of extra setup. It's just your forms and menus and roles and responsibilities that you define in your EBS. No single sign-on setup is required. Again, as I said, if it uses your EBS authentication. As far as authorization is concerned, if you're familiar with EBS, it uses same F&D form function security. If you have menus, the menus are assigned to roles and roles are assigned to people, and then that is how you get authorized to access any particular page, Endeca page. It's very flexible, granting access. Again, there's no separate security model needed. Whatever you're doing in your EBS, the same thing is applicable here too. Again, as far as data security is concerned, if you have a MOIAC security or Oglev security, the same security can be implemented, will be applied on your out-of-the-box Endeca applications also. We are exploring currently how you can implement a custom security. We plan to have another detailed webinar on this topic in the coming months. At this point, Oracle gives you by default org security, inventory org security that you can utilize. Okay. Then UI integration, as I said, there is no difference in UI between what you see in EBS applications versus Endeca pages. It will be same unique experience. If you, again, since most majority of the audience are EBS customers, you know that in Discoverer and OBIE, we used to navigate from Discoverer or OBIE into EBS pages. But earlier the limitation was you can navigate only to OA pages. Now with this extension, that Oracle provided additional feature where you can even open a form application and then do a transaction. In other words, you're doing discovery, you find some anomaly in your data, and then you click on a particular transaction. You can directly open EBS and complete the transaction then and there, as long as you have the required privilege to do that. Okay, so that is about the integration between Endeca, EEE, and EBS. The security model, Again, it uses the security is same EBS security is used here. Let us say this is EBS application server. We have EBS database. When user logs into EBS application server, the session cookie gets initiated. That time, you know who the user is, what responsibility he is selecting, or what role he has, what security profile he has. Everything is set. So that context information is used. So based on your user ID responsibility use, you will get all that context information. Then EBS Security Manager here, which is sitting on Endeca side, will apply the same org filter and filter the data that you can see in EBS Endeca pages. So it's one security model that you need to set up. Either it could be object level security or the data level security using MOAC or org level security. Okay. So that is about security. Now the question is what you have out of the box content you want to extend. Majority of the times the knowledge, most of the knowledge is embedded in descriptive flex fields on the EBS site. Now how do you get that descriptive flex field information into this reporting tool or discovery tool? If you're familiar with Discoverer, we used to have a business views which resolve the descriptive flex field. If the descriptive flex field as the column name, if I bring it into any of the reporting tool, it doesn't make sense to any users. If I say attribute 1 is so-and-so, attribute 2 is so-and-so, it doesn't make sense for somebody who is reporting or somebody who is doing a discovery. They need to know what that attribute 1, attribute 2 is. In case of Discoverer, earlier we used to have this business views, which will resolve the descriptive flex field and gives you appropriate column name. And you can see, okay, for this column, these are the values, column values. But in case of the Endeca, we have this FND EID Flex package get DFF KVP. This package, what it does is it reads the DFF, it translates all your generic names into specific column names. But unfortunate thing is it will give you a key value pair. So if you have a 10 column descriptive flex field, it will be a big string on which you can do the discovery or you can do the analysis here. Majority of the applications out of the box, they are already giving you this flex field information, but it may not be very useful for you or it might be too cumbersome for you. Then in that case, you can pull a specific flex field information or any attribute, any additional column or a metric or measure, you can bring it into your application and extend your application to bring that additional information. So we'll talk about what are the steps you need to perform to get these additional attributes or additional DFF information into your application. So it's a 7-step process. You have Oracle EBS. Every out-of-the-box application has Endeca view, which is your source qualifier. If you are familiar with OBIE, because most of the audience are OBIE customers, they know what is source qualifier or a source. So Endeca view will give you gateway into your EBS database. From here, once you create an Endeca view, this Clover, you have to create a mapping using your Clover ETL, and you also need to define metadata in the FND about this. Then your Clover ETL will synchronize the data into your Endeca server. That is the 4th step. The 5th step is once you have your data in the Endeca server, you can create your Endeca applications pages. So you have the content, you have the data in Endeca server, you have the content. Now the authorization part. You go to application server, create your menus, create your roles, and then create form functions that can invoke this Endeca page and link it to your menus. Once this is done, users logging into EBS who have the assigned role or responsibility, they can start viewing Endeca pages. Okay. So this is how you extend. If you have the content, either you can, the same method can be used for building a new application or for extending existing application and then add additional attributes or metrics to your data. Okay. So again, we did the same steps. How to create, your first step is to create EBS views on the EBS side and the view on the EBS side. Then you create a cloud ETL graph and create a metadata on the, and run a ETL to synchronize data with Endeca server. And you can create OA pages, menus, and F&D functions, which will take care of your security.